tell people all the time, your doctor is trying to put you on something or suggest something to you. They should tell you what they're suggesting, why they're suggesting it, what this should do, and what happens is, what to look out for if things go bad. So that's kind of the long-winded answer to your question.
And that's where you come in, wives, to affirm us emotionally that we are enough, and you want just us. So if you were just in that thing 30 seconds, she's good. She still loves you. Because in my mind, I'm thinking like, hey, tomorrow I gotta come back.
What's good, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Apartment 4A. Fellas, how y'all doing today?
That intro is fly.
Doing good, man.
I know, right?
Yeah. Somebody to pay that man.
Y'all didn't hear that last week? I was like, man,
I got the chills.
Yeah, you can tell a few of y'all wasn't here last week. So Yep. We upgraded a little bit. We changed the intro for the 1 year. It's been a year since we've been on the air, and so we kind of changed it up a little bit. Got the new logo kind of going. I'll show it one more time. New logo.
Yeah.
Apartment 4A.
Yep.
In there.
sir, the mic is hot.
Oh yeah. So welcome back, man. Everybody doing good?
Doing good, man.
Oh yeah, it's Wednesday, it's hump day,
Hump day.
Yeah. Almost there.
I see you.
So where? I don't know, but we almost
Yeah.
Everybody survived Valentine's Day.
We made it, man.
Yeah, we made it. We here.
We don't celebrate Valentine's Day in our house. We do something called Love Day.
Okay.
Love, and we do it on the 15th of February, where we go out and we get things that may be a little bit cheaper, but still we feel like we can express our love a whole lot better on the 15th or the 16th of February compared to the 14th of February. We don't want to be confined to a box of the 14th of February and celebrating this commercial day of.
Ain't the 15th called the side piece day?
We don't see it. You took it out of my mouth.
Hey, it's all love.
You might need to be watching this. People come up with many excuses to do stuff.
Hey, I'm with Terrence, man. I can express my love a lot more effectively at a discount. Like half off. And I can get real lovey-dovey.
I can spread my love around.
Oh yeah, I got a lot more love to give.
Terrible.
It's all good. It's all fun and games now because they ain't here to say what.
Oh no. Nah, me and Ashley, we do something that week. Usually, if anything, I kind of make sure the girls have something, on Valentine's. It ain't much. It's just like a little something. Because they in school, so they gonna have a party at school. They're gonna come home with, sacks of gifts and cards and candy and all that stuff. So I do something so they know to expect something around that time, whether we, some little gift or some teddy bear. I don't put too much effort into it though.
That makes sense, Eric. That makes sense. I probably should do that, but I can do the exact same thing on the 15th. Drop that stuff off at the school, and the kids walk around their balloons and their bears on the 15th. The kids are jealous because they don't want with it. Come on.
I can see that. I can see that to a certain extent. I think once the kids start realizing, hey, Valentine's was yesterday.
Like everybody else had
where was your daddy? Where was your daddy yesterday?
And they say this with me. We don't celebrate Valentine's Day. We celebrate Love Day.
Yeah, I'm trained.
I love. We got the script out and everything. Ready?
Yeah, that's cool.
So Valentine's special for those of you who have sons. Like Eric was talking about, he do something for his daughter. Y'all do something for y'all son?
Man, okay. So this was my week leading up to Valentine's Day. So of course we knew we was gonna get stuff for the class. So my son says, I got somebody I want to get a Valentine for.
All right.
Okay.
How
How old is he?
He's 7. He'll be 8 next month.
Oh, all right.
Starting out early.
But in the moment, see, he missed it. See, he went to the mom first.
Oh,
so she went in protector mode. She was like, no, we getting everybody a gift. Not just one person. Everybody a gift. So that's how it went. We ended up getting everybody a gift, but
you should have helped them out, Willie. You should have helped them out when you got everybody a gift and got that special person. Just one little extra thing with here's a little extra teddy bear. Go and slide it to a week.
And you know, I would have did that, but I know my child, and that separate gift probably wouldn't have made it.
Yeah.
Somebody on the bus would have ended up on it. It probably wouldn't have got out the front door of the house.
Yeah.
So,
just disappeared to the place that stuff you give 6 and 7-year-olds.
It just vanishes. Like, son, did you give this special gift today? What special gift? That's gonna be the exact conversation. And I was like, all right, never mind. Oh, the bear.
Yeah. That's right. I don't know.
I think I gave it to my bus driver. She had it when I got back on the bus that afternoon. I guess I gave it.
I guess right. That's exactly how to go. That's how to go.
It was in my book bag.
Yeah, open the
I
book
don't
bag.
know.
It ain't in here.
Yeah.
How about you, Tans? You do anything for your son?
Yeah, I have to because I do stuff for the girls. So then that'll be all bad. So, but usually tough love, right?
You don't get no Valentine.
Yeah.
But when we do bears and whatnot, we do flowers for the girls. We'll do a bear for him and probably some candy or a toy for him. He just appreciates it.
We did something too, man. My aunt made sure you be sure you go get him something for Valentine's Day. So we I pulled one of them hats or one of them cards out the hat real fast. We just bought a video game. Hey, have Valentine's Day.
You took the easy route.
Easy route.
Got him something he wanted. Look at you.
Right.
So excited.
Try to be a good dad.
That was like, this is exactly what I want.
You do love me, Daddy.
You're gonna be expecting that every Valentine's Day. You show with that candy in that car.
So what is this?
What is this?
What is this?
I can't get you with this.
Well, appreciate everybody for taking some time out and joining us, all the viewers. We were just reminisce a little bit on this Valentine's Day that we had. So if y'all hope everybody had a good Valentine's Day last week, or side chick day or whatever, side piece or whatever you had to celebrate, love day, whatever it was. I hope you had a wonderful day. This week's episode is something it's pretty neat. It's a little different. I don't think anybody's done it. Hadn't seen any podcasts or heard any what people are doing this. This is dream versus reality. So if you think about it, when you were little, you used to say stuff like, oh, when I grow up, I want to be an astronaut or a policeman or a firefighter, whatever it was, a lawyer, the president, whatever that thing may be. And then we went to college and
That was a great segue. Then we went to college.
Then you tried.
You had a foreign speaking programming teacher who loved to turn right off and start talking.
And then I really started dreaming. I started dreaming for real. And I left reality.
I'm not fooling with y'all. So this episode is We're gonna talk a little bit about our dreams or things that we thought we were gonna do, or kind of where we thought we would be, and then what reality where we are now. So for some of us, we might have dreamed to be whatever, and we actually made that dream come true. And for some of us, we had to take a little detour. Some of us are still working towards that dream. Or whatever the case may be. And as Terrence say, some of us are cutting off lights and make everybody go to sleep. Everybody go night night.
Exactly.
So kick it out, man. Who want to kick it off with their dream versus their reality?
I'll kick it off.
Okay.
As we were talking, Eric asked me about some DVRs in the background, and my dream was to do computer programming / technology, and then I veered off that track and went into the military, started doing police work, and now I'm a teacher, and I'm right back in the whole ideal of doing computer technology. So I dreamed one thing, and that it's not my full-time dream, but it's something that I like to do, something I know how to do. And because I learned it and I stayed with it, I've been able to still dabble in it whenever I feel like dabbling in it.
Cool. Anybody else a dream versus reality? I tell you, mine's kind of is way. So when I was little, my thing was I'm gonna be a lawyer. That's what I wanted to be. I want to be a lawyer. Anytime somebody asks me, I want to be a lawyer. My great uncle, my great grandfather's oldest son, he asked me one day, and I told him what I wanted to be. I wanted to be a lawyer. He said, "A lawyer? Boy, don't you know that ain't nothing but a professional liar?" I was like, "A liar? I ain't no liar." So at that point, my dream took a little detour, and I ain't really want to do that no more because I ain't want to be known as no professional liar. But I will say when I got into school, and that was just me being young, not really knowing this lawyer was what it was. But when I got to school, and I joined this class called Technology Student Association, and I got a chance to actually see technology and how it worked. And I just knew from that point that I wanted to do something in technology. I didn't really know if it was going to be programming or what. But in reality, when I got to Southern Miss and I took that first program, and I knew it ain't going to be programming. But I got to major in computer engineering technology, and I'm still working in technology, but in a different way because I work in public health and mental health. I just get to deal with technology inside of it. So didn't know that I really would be doing more so public health versus technology, but I get to kind of dabble in both. So I'm kind of there. I'm still working on
I guess I go next. So I had a bunch of dreams. Bunch of dreams. When I was a child, I wanted to be a bus driver. Don't ask me why. I just felt like I just wanted to be a bus driver.
I remember that.
Then when I got a little older, I wanted to do architecture and construction because I just like to draw on houses and floor plans and coming up with stuff. And then before I got out of school, I wanted to be a teacher. So this is the last thing. I decided I wanted to be a teacher. And so when I got ready to come to USM, I said, well, I got to have a subject because I didn't want to be an elementary teacher. So I went with math. Why? I have no idea. I thought I was pretty good at it. So I was like, I'll be a math teacher. About the second semester at USM, I realized that math just wasn't for me. So the algebra that I did in Miss Dobbs' class, and I was making all A's like I was the best. Reality hit me pretty hard at Southern Miss. Plus, I wasn't really going to school like I should.
Really?
So I switched over to business.
Clip that. Save that.
So I switched over to business because I did run a little business in high school, a little printing business. I was doing. I don't know why I was high school kid buying business cards, but I was selling business cards to preachers and stuff in high school. So T-shirts and stuff. So I decided that's what I was going to do. Switch over to business, and then there was always a possibility I could switch back over to education. So what I'm doing now ain't really fulfill my whole dream. I did drive a bus. I still drive a bus. You know, I achieved that dream. I wouldn't say it was something I really still love to do, but it's something that makes money. I'm still thinking about the teaching side of things though, so I'm thinking about it as I finally freed myself from Southern Miss. Now I can actually go into other stuff and achieve some of my dreams. I still want to have a small, a regular business though. So
Set them pineapples out.
Oh man, I guess I go next. So, so for me, I was always good at math. So my mom was like, "You should be an engineer. They make a lot of money." And I always wanted a Ford. I always wanted a Dodge Ram. When they came with the 1500s, I was little. I was like, "Man, I want one of them trucks." It's like, well, you got to make a lot of money to have a truck like that. So you need to pick something to make a lot of money. So I'm like, okay, engineer. Boom. What kind of engineer? No idea. What an engineer do? No idea. So got the Southern Miss, and I was like, hey, I like computers, I like technology, electronics. And they're like, hey, we got electronics engineering, because I had picked mechanical at first. And they smooth lied to me when I went up there to tour. They were like, mechanical engineering? Sure, we got that. Got up there to pick my actual major. After I got up there, they was like, mechanical. We ain't never had that. So then I picked electronics engineering technology and went through that whole rigmarole. But the whole time I was still fixing computers, still were passionate about computers and stuff, and realized I don't care about how they work that much. I really care more about the finished computer. I don't care about designing them and the processors and the voltage and all that stuff. It's cool, but I ain't care about that. So I followed my real passion, which was IT, and eventually working in cybersecurity to pick something that makes some actual decent money. As far as this being my end dream, it's different, but I my dream wasn't really well fleshed out to begin with, so I say yes, because I'm able to take care of myself, my family, and still do something I love to do.
Awesome. Hey, Jonathan, I think Dan asked me a question. Was you trying to teach or you trying to preach? Which one you trying to do?
Both of them.
Both.
I'll try to teach. I'll try to teach.
As a bus driver, you do more preaching.
Every morning.
I'll try to teach you what to teach.
Go ahead, Willie.
All right, dreams versus reality. I think I'm kind of on the line like here. I don't think my dreams were very just hashed out as a young age. Now coming up in high school, I did have the dream of being a doctor. I did. I know, right?
You still
yeah, you got time.
No, you got to hear the story. But I spent a couple of Sunday afternoons watching ER. Back when they used to have the live in the hospital. Like, I don't really think that's for me. So, man, I really like coming out of high school, and we talked about this on previous podcasts, but like we didn't have a very extensive, career path helping you go to the next level, what you want to do. So I knew in high school I was pretty good at band. I was good at art. So I was like, I'll figure something out. And so so of course Pick Southern Miss came down on the visit, same day band tryout. Me and my dad. I knew I wasn't gonna major in music. that wasn't what I wanted to do. So I was like, I'm gonna major in art. So me and my dad, what I was gonna do with the art, I don't know, but I was like, I'm good at art. So I'm getting ready to plan out the schedule. Oh well, we're at the art department, and my dad says, "So how you plan on making money with that?" I said, "You right. I ain't really thought it that far along in the process." So in the midst of art and going down the paper, you had architecture, and I'm like, "Oh, architecture, I could do that." Mm-hmm. So got an architecture engineering degree. I worked in it a little bit. Was it really my dream? I don't know. It's hard to say. I mean, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the design aspect of it. Like Jonathan was talking about. We worked on projects. He would design it, give it to me. I draw it up, CAD layout and everything for him. And I still do a little bit of it now. Was it my dream? I don't know. I mean, now, and like I said, that didn't really flow right. I did grad school, got out of that, went to work in the public sector, worked in public government. I enjoyed that, but I didn't like working with the people. So was that my dream? I don't really know. So, and now I work for the federal government, and I mean, I definitely didn't foresee myself being where I'm at now. Dream job, yeah, it feels like it. Did I foresee me being here? No. But I still do things on the side to kind of fulfill that need, I guess, as far as dream job. I still do little drafting and CAD work on the side, and it's other avenues with my art I still want to do. I just need to push myself off the couch to actually do it. But I like on the last, like Eric said, I don't really think what I want to do was just hashed out from the jump where I ended is great. And I'm still working with, things on the side that I enjoy to do, So yeah.
You should have told your daddy you could have been you could have drawn tattoos and sold those. Really draw me a fly tattoo that I have on my arm.
I know, right? I know, right?
It's legendary.
I know. Hey,
I got some work for you, man.
Work.
Yeah, man. I need a design, man.
I got you. Just give me a little time.
The fella want a tiger on his chest.
Just the word tiger. He don't want an extra tiger. I'm at this practice. Take a little.
One of the questions was, do you feel like that your dream helped dictate who you became, or who you are now? Do you think that any part of your dream helped push you to become into your reality, or was your dream you just being a child?
I will say yeah, because I did want to be in the educational field. Now I'm not doing exactly what I thought I was gonna do, but after 17 years, I'm still in it sideways. I ain't directly on what I wanted to be, but I did come into the career sideways. So yeah, to me it did help influence where I am. Now, is this where I want to end up? Nope. But I know I got 7 years where I can retire, and then I can do whatever I want to do.
Hey, that's a great plan, brother.
Yeah.
Like my dream, I thought was to be a computer programmer. But when I got to USM, I realized I couldn't see myself sitting at a desk for 8 hours. I thought it would drive me crazy. So I did a whole lot of other things so that I wouldn't have to sit at a desk. So I did all that stuff so that I can be out and about. But every job I go to, I become that tech guy because I know how to do simple tech things. Mm-hmm. So it's like my dream kept following me. It kept pushing me. It kept putting me over a lot of other people because I knew the basics of how the computer worked. I knew how to turn it on and turn it off, and delete a program if a bad program on the computer. So it opened up a lot of doors in my different careers because I I had that not a strong foundation, but I had a foundation.
Yeah, I think the dream has played a part in who I have become. Because along with the dream came the drive. You feel me? So,
That's preachable right there. All right,
flip it. So, and I mean, whatever avenue I was in at the time, I took it. I always had a dream within that job where I knew I wanted to go, and I have achieved that in most of my jobs, and even where I'm at now. So I would say definitely. I know I definitely would say the dream has played a part in who I have became.
Yeah, I'll say for me, my dream, kind of similar to Willie. It really kind of set like a benchmark for me as far as like what was, regardless of what field I was in, kind of like where I needed to end up at. Because when you kind of plan out like, well, I'm gonna be an engineer, and you know you have the aptitude to do it, but then it's just like, well, my passion is kind of leading me somewhere else. That passion needs to lead to something that's equivalent as far as, um, at least income. And I think that setting that, just having that as a goal, really kind of helped me not kind of settle in my career choice, and to kind of really seek out kind of like a higher level of just a high level of work.
One thing I will say now, I'm doing a lot of stuff that just not really becoming dreams. Um, I had a goal of just doing a play, one play. I was like, I just want to do a play. I don't know why I have dreamed of one. My dreams are crazy, but anyway, 7 or 8 plays later, I'm finally almost achieving the goal of having one actually on a stage. After building stage props and stuff like that in a church, this is my first time that I will actually achieve. Right now, it's still in the works, but it's still got a date and all that stuff. Actually, achieve an actual real play inside of a auditorium with actual paying customers. So it's some dreams that I'm just not coming up with at 38 years old. That still kind of, like we'll say, becoming my drive to do different stuff. So
Hey, I got a question. Why you ain't put us in none of your plays? Like I feel like I've seen a lot of Tyler Perry movies and Tyler Perry play. I think I can do a role.
I think this right here is a whole play of itself. We can push this and we can make this a whole.
And I got
I think to answer your question a few years ago, I said, "Hey, anybody want to be in the play?" And everybody was like, "Yeah." And then when it came time to like, "Okay, y'all ready to be in the play?" Like, man, when is it? Man, I ain't gonna be able to make it. So
how you gonna pick the guy for the play that don't work for nobody that's in the play?
Yeah, you know what, Eric? A lot of times I don't pick the right dates for you. I understand. That's my fault, Mr. Kelly. That is my fault. So I need to get with you on some dates on picking some stuff so it will work.
You and Eric in them dates ain't never matched up.
Touche. I walked into that
one. Oh man, it's good. It's good.
So there's a study that shows. Hold on a second.
Good night. See, guys, we ain't faking. We real dads.
It's real.
So with that segue that you just said, Eric, and I know Rob finna go into another subject. Did y'all ever have dreams of being fathers and like actually having father figure roles, and now you have little ones that look just like y'all and doing stuff that y'all didn't think y'all gonna be doing?
No, that's one dream I can say I truly did have. I mean, I always knew that I wanted a family. I knew I wanted to be married. I knew I wanted to have kids. So, I mean, that was one dream I was pretty confident would be fulfilled. And of course, now and there with these little kids running around with you. Yeah.
How many kids did y'all ever dream of having? Because I'm be honest, I started off. I really wanted 7 or 8 kids because it's 6 of us, and I was like, I want that many kids because I see how we all don't get along sometimes, but when we do get along, we all good. So I want all, and I ended up with one. I lost two, but I ended up with one. So yeah, I had a dream of how many other kids I wanted.
I think. Go ahead, Tam.
My thing was I thought 2 was a really good number. Two was like very sturdy. You have boy, girl, mother, father, a strong 2. Most houses are 3 bedrooms, two baths. I thought 2 was a really good number. Then I had 3, and now I'm looking at possibly 4 ish. So
take that ish out there.
My number was never right. So.
I don't know. I don't think I never really had a number. Like I say, I didn't. I'm from a family sibling. There's 5 of us. I mean, once I had 2, I was like, yeah, 2 is cool. 2 boys, I'm straight. Past that, I mean, so yeah, I don't think I ever really just had a number just growing up.
So
yeah, me talked about when we first got together. You talking about having kids. When I even thought it my way, I was thinking 2. She was thinking 3. So I was like, 3 is cool. But I always wanted one of each, one boy, one girl. That was kind of my deal, and really because growing up, of course, it was me and my brother, and then we had a lot of male cousins. Like everybody had boys, and by the time people started having girls, I was so much older than them that it wasn't really like we cool, but I was way older. I was doing a lot more things while they were, babies. So I always wanted to have. I wanted a boy because I was being a male. Or at least for me, I just wanted that boy to kind of like a mini me, but I also wanted a girl too, just because we had none. We had none really around, so I wanted to bring one of them in.
Yeah. So for me, I always said 2, just because of the way we grew up. Me and my sister, we 4 years apart. It was just my mom. So in my mind, I'm like, well, it'll be me and my wife, 2 kids. That way, worst case scenario, at least one parent can be wherever the other kid is, support them 100%. If they, go off into something and they need to travel around and go to the moon and back, at least one parent can be fully with them and they can fully realize whatever potential they got. And the other parent can be with the other kid, and you come together when you can. Then they had to start paying for stuff. It's really like, 2 is definitely the max. Like these things expensive out here. And when my second kid was ended up being a girl. Like, so how crazy it was when we had our first daughter, Carolyn. I mean, we put like a lot of effort into her name, like even the way it's spelled. It's like, well, it's gonna start with a K instead of a C. And she has an auntie whose name is Cara, so we're gonna take the first part of that and make it, make Carolyn like Karalyn. Her grandmother's name is Caroline, but that's too old, so we're gonna do Carolyn and all this stuff. The middle name is gonna be her aunt's, Ashley's sister's middle name. Like, and then she got my last name. It's like all this effort. Then we get the second baby. It's like it's another girl. Like the whole time she was like, "So how do you feel about a junior? Oh, he gonna be a junior. We gonna change all of that. Like all the juniors I know, they ain't really amount to much. He gonna be somebody. He gonna be a junior. He gonna, but it's gonna be a good thing." And it was a girl.
Junior?
I forget you are junior, man. This is before you was somebody though, man. This was still kind of shaky.
That was only 3 years ago.
I'm joking. I'll be forgetting you a junior though. We will never call you junior and nothing like that. But when the second kid came and it was a girl, we had actually kind of looked at each other like, what are we gonna name her? Because we kind of used it all up on the first girl, and we were gonna count on a boy the second time, and it was gonna be like, oh, Junior, that's done. So the significance in the name is kind of baked in, and so no, we kind of went another route, gave her Ashley's middle name, and made sure both the girls had the same initials as well, so they kind of tied them together. But yeah, as far as more than two, Ashley's talked about it. I'm like, no, like ain't no way. And also we just don't have that type of support system up here, to where we could really have three kids and all three of them really can be fully invested in whatever they're doing and be able to fully participate. Because the two right now, our schedule is booked just with the two. So
let me give you a little heads up, brother.
Yeah.
You just have that third. I'm telling this to all y'all, have that third. If not, maybe a fourth. As me and JP would tell you. They would all that love and all that support.
Make sure you clarify. You said JP, not JQ.
Yeah. That's already a shaky argument right there, man. That's kind of weak supporting argument.
I think it would all come together. Get that third Willie.
It's already together. It can't get more together.
If y'all don't think y'all can support them the way y'all want to support them, the Lord will make a way. He will provide.
That
brother laying it on.
Hey, look. The Lord won't put more on you than you can bear.
There you go.
And up until this point, He's decided that we can't bear no more kids, so He ain't gave us no more.
The Lord said He will not put more on you than you can bear. But He also told you don't be silly and do stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
I can read that one.
It's in between.
Is it a text?
Yeah. I think it's in the red text somewhere.
He might not use the word silly. He might have called it something else.
Yeah, it's a loose translation.
Foolish.
I might have missed that word when Will was cussing in church. I probably
we talking about dream
got distracted.
versus reality.
That was the reality.
That was a dream. Y'all imagined that day. It was an optical illusion.
Why you get mad at Willie for making a mistake where you have church members just cussing out everybody?
There was not. Anyway,
look at you. Oh, you don't talk about that, but you want
we talked about that enough the other week.
And so y'all need to be fixing these, bro.
Come on, Terry. Come on, Rod. What you gonna say, Rod?
No, come on, now.
So, again, this episode is about dream versus reality. Thank everybody for watching. If you have something that you want to put in the comments about things the way that you thought things would go when you was a child versus how it is now. I especially remember in high school, I was looking at, believe it or not, we all coming up on our 20-year reunion. And I was looking at some stuff about like how much gas was when I graduated from high school. In 2003, gas was $1.83. When we graduated from high school, it's $1.83. We all driving, some of us working, and I'm like, our gas ain't gonna get that much higher. In reality, gas, I almost got to $5 one time. I'm
gonna be honest. When I was in high school driving, I really ain't pay attention to gas prices because I already knew how much I was gonna put in. If they were gonna put $10 in there, it didn't really matter.
Because $1.83, you didn't have to worry about it too much.
Exactly.
You had to worry about it when
you was gonna ride.
I didn't pay attention to gas price. Now I'm pulling up and I'm like, oh, that gas over there, a nickel cheaper. I'm going over here with a nickel cheaper gas at, even if it's down the street.
But if you think about it, especially in a place like Mississippi, in reality, we pay attention to gas price. I don't know what for. We still buy it anyway. It ain't gas.
You got to.
And you go, man, that gas high. And you pull up in the pump and you buy it anyway.
Hey, man.
I'm gonna get my $10, whether it's $1.83 or $4.09.
Just because we need it, don't mean we don't complain about it.
Now, since Rob brought that up, I want to ask y'all a question. Dream vehicle And is your reality similar to it right now?
Oh yeah.
Nah.
And I wanted a Mustang. I had two aunts who had Mustangs. I just knew that when I graduated, they was gonna give me the Mustang. I was going to drive. I knew it. I don't think I ever drove the Mustang, let alone.
Hey, that's funny.
But when I got my first vehicle, my reality was I got, and everybody know it, the green Tacoma.
Yes, sir.
And, that was my reality, and that was the whip though for a little while. I had it for a long time with the Mr. T tag on the back.
Saved my life.
I'm telling you. Hey.
Yeah. I did a lot of pushing in that truck, a lot of moving, a lot of traveling, a lot of.
You blessed when that vehicle. A lot of people in South Mississippi.
Oh yeah, you was doing the Lord's work.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Real man.
Yes, sir. You're gonna have a couple extra stones on your crown because
I'm telling you, boy. Thank goodness gas was $1 or something.
Hey, we was getting it.
Yeah,
man, dream car. I never, like in high school, I never had a dream car that I wanted. And then when I got to college, I just wanted a car. And that never happened. And then when I got out of college, I got my first car, which was my Cadillac truck. I missed it. So once I started that, I just I fell in love with the Cadillac. So now I have another Cadillac. And I think I'm gonna just ride that out. So yeah.
I wanted a 4Runner. I always wanted a 4Runner. But when I had the opportunity to get one, I still didn't get one. I got the GMC. So the Yukon. So now I want a Challenger. I feel like I'm at the age now, midlife crisis age. Give me a Challenger, ain't nobody but me. And that's probably my next vehicle or a truck. I know I want a truck, so I'm on the fence about what I want right now.
Man, you bought that GMC because you were used to driving a bus.
Yeah.
But it was elevations though. I started off with an 03 Tahoe, then I went to a 2011 Tahoe, and then I switched over to the Yukon. So
about the biggest truck you can buy.
Yeah.
But originally we started off for the baby though. That's why we got that big truck. It was for the baby.
Yeah. Hey man, you came a long way from
the Taurus. No. Hey, the Taurus are halfway brand new when I got it.
I ain't even talking about the Taurus. I'm talking about your brother in high school.
The Escort.
The Escort, baby. Green Escort. John, you be pushing it, so it's going 100. I'm like, bro, I don't think this car meant to go that fast.
I don't know if this was Pan's dream car, but when you had that, what car was that? That didn't have the brakes.
The Stingray Corvette.
Yeah, the Stingray. That's what it was.
Oh yeah.
I remember.
Not they didn't have brakes. It's that the brakes need to be adjusted a little bit.
That's what it was.
Just put more weight on what you had.
It need to be adjusted a little bit. Okay.
My dream car was a Mustang, and that's what I said I was gonna get. Give me a antique Mustang. But my buddy, I just got back from Iraq. He was selling his Corvette. I said, hey, why not? I bought that Corvette for about $5,000. I put about $5,000 in it, and I sold it for $5,000. It did not add up. I learned.
Hey man, it go like that. Hey, you live and you learn.
Yeah, I guess everybody wanted a Mustang at some point. When I was in high school, I wanted a Mustang. One of the GT, one with the little hood scoop.
Oh yeah,
V8.
Dope boy car.
Yeah. Well, so in Atlanta, it wasn't a lot of Mustangs. It was a whole lot of.
It was in Atlanta with it.
It was a lot of Impalas. Like them doggone Impalas was rolling, man.
Yeah.
Then they started doing the paint jobs, you know, the Eminem and the
Big
John,
wheel.
all that stuff. Yeah.
Is
But then, yeah, life hit, and I ended up in my mom's 91 Accord.
Yes,
I
sir.
rode that literally till the wheels fell off, and sold it. Had people standing in line to get it because it was a Honda product. And then I was like, yeah, I want to. I was engaged. I was like, I need something that is, you know, kind of sporty, but can grow with a family. So some with 4 doors, and I'm getting the Camry. Still got it, rolling it till the wheels fell off. Just turned 245 on Odama on it, rolling.
That's what I'm talking about.
But my dream car now is a Panamera. No idea how that's gonna happen.
Hey man,
or I don't even know if I want it to happen.
If you see it, you can achieve it.
I see it.
You believe it, you will
I
receive
don't. Look, as long as somebody else pay for it.
How many more affirmations do you need, man?
Dream gotta be the drive.
Ain't
Man.
nothing to it, but to do
it. What if I don't want to do it?
You done spoke it into existence on the podcast.
It is in the atmosphere now.
It's out there.
Law of attraction. It's coming to you. It is coming to you. Hopefully it don't run you over, but it's coming to you.
So that's gonna have to happen. I've seen maintenance costs on that thing. I'm like, that's gonna be a dream deferred.
I just seen Karen comment. Is she talking about the MASH game? You know the little MASH game? Is that what you talking about?
Yeah, the little paper. Yeah,
that's old.
I never knew what that.
As a male, I ain't really play that game. I wouldn't worry, especially not in school. I wouldn't worry about being nobody.
Not at all.
I ain't want that pressure in high school.
They were still trying to put it on me, man.
I'll be honest, I did. I was trying to be somebody's husband. I was trying to be married like right out of high school. Feel like it.
That brother was exuding all husband qualities in high school. He was working. He was going to church. He had a car. He was ready.
He had a side business.
That brother was prepared. I'm over there trying to play basketball. Out the street lights go out.
I think in another episode, but dream versus reality. Was college what you thought it was?
Nope.
You know, honestly, for me, I don't know. I really, my thinking on what college was so minimal and so small. I mean, I saw a little bit with my older sisters. They went to Mississippi State, and we would go over there, pick them up, get groceries, or just be on campus, things like that. But I really didn't know. I really was going into college blind, really, to be honest. I mean, I didn't get no advice. It was like, I'm going, and I'm going to see how this thing works. Now, once I got there, yeah, I enjoyed it. I loved it. Greatest
I think me and you had that same thing, Will.
Yeah, me and John.
I think they should have like a college prep class or something to let us know what. Cause West Point didn't teach us that. But I came into college thinking I was coming into a different world. Cause I felt like that's how college is gonna be, like a different world.
Yeah,
it's a different world, but it wasn't the same thing. And now I feel like I didn't experience all that I should have in college because I kept trying to work, and I kept trying to. That was the main thing. I kept trying to work, and then when I didn't work, I was asleep. So I felt like I didn't really experience college like I should have. And I really wish I can go back and do it all over again.
You can.
Yeah, you got it, man.
I ain't got too old now.
What you talking about, man?
You get it.
I was literally talking to somebody the other day, and they said, "When did you come to Hattiesburg?" And I was like, "I came to Hattiesburg in 2003." And they told me, "Oh, I was 3."
Hey, look, at least there was more.
Yeah, that's a positive.
We met a young lady who was she born in 2003?
No, she wasn't born yet.
No, she
No,
wasn't
she
born.
wasn't born yet. Her parents graduated high school in 2000.
Something like yeah.
Like she had just turned 20 when we was talking to her.
Yeah. When we was talking to her, we had been out of high school her entire age.
Yeah. Yep.
She bringing us up.
Poor JP.
I think for me, college, I didn't necessarily believe it. I guess it was. You heard all the time going through school. Next year it's gonna be different. When you get to third grade, the teachers ain't gonna put up with that. They ain't gonna ask for something. Then you get there and they ask you the same thing. Then you get to middle school, they ain't gonna ask you for you get there and they ask you for your homework. Same way high school. You in high school, you got to do the stuff yourself, and they did the same thing. But when you got to college, I was expecting the same thing because that's what always happened. And it was a slap of reality when I realized that no, they're not asking for your homework. If you don't turn it in, you just don't.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares.
They don't care if you come to class or not.
Was they payment?
Exactly. Yep.
They got mad when you didn't pay that for some reason. I don't know why.
Yep.
You ain't got to come to class. You got to pay that bill though.
You got to pay that bill. Yeah. And if you don't pay that bill, we're gonna kick you out of class.
Oh yeah. You can't even go. You can't even not go to class.
You can't even not go to class.
Not go to class.
You can't have a class to not go to.
I was trying to think, what was my picture of college? What would I thought it was going to be like? And just listen to Jonathan, I'm going to say the exact same thing. A different world. That's that's the picture of what I saw what college was going to be like. And in a way, it was, as in the whole idea of getting friends who were lifelong friends, just doing different, being exposed to new things, trying to balance life and work and all this other stuff. So that was my picture of it, and it's amazing how Bill Cosby, even though y'all counseling right now, he helped us when we was kids, as in knowing what the families look like. Then he gave us a little picture of what college looked like. And I guess he's trying to show us what prison looked like as well. And I have no desire to
Hey, I ain't seen that show yet.
You flow right into
it's coming.
Hey, he got a comedy tour coming now. He gonna tell it all.
Yeah, now, one of the things I feel like what I was talking about the college prep class is, I'm gonna be honest, and I might be the dumbest brother around, but I did not know what a HBCU was. I did not know that. I didn't know it was different. I knew it was Jackson State. That what my brother went to. He wanted everybody to go, but I did not know it was a HBCU. I didn't know that what it was. And so when I watched The Different World, I just thought it was just that's what college was. I ain't know nothing about no HBCU. So now that I'm older and I know I ain't as dumb as I was, I'm like, maybe I should have went to Alcorn. But then when I go to Alcorn, I think about how there's nothing there. Like, maybe I just glad I did go to USC.
Yeah.
20 years ago, I don't remember people just saying those words or those letters in particular, just saying HBCU.
I thought about that, and I kept saying, did I hear that growing up? I don't remember hearing the words HBCU.
Like we talked about Jackson State and Alcorn, but not like they were a different school. They were just
It was just a state school. Which state school you want to go to?
Yeah. But I know being in go ahead, Terrence.
No, I was just gonna hit on Jackson State a little bit. I tried my best to go to Jackson State. When I left USM and came up to Jackson and worked at JPD, they were just unorganized. They couldn't even get my transcript right. It took me 3 months.
Yeah,
can I get it right? I said, why would I do this if they can't get that part right? They would be the whole.
That's a whole nother show.
That's a whole nother
when I went to grade school, I almost didn't go. It was
unorganized.
I hate to even think about it. It was rough, man.
Yeah, I can believe it. I watched that shit go.
I got my transcript sent to them twice from USM. I went and picked it up in a sealed envelope, brought it to them, and I handed it right to them. And I said, what else do y'all need? I laid everything out. Because at that point, after doing it 3 or 4 times, I knew exactly what they needed. I said, what else do y'all need? We good. We'll be contacting you in a week. 2 weeks later, I called them. Oh, we need all the information again. I said, nah, that's okay. I'll apologize for wasting your time. I'm sorry. Please have a good day.
And not to make this the HBCU show, and most definitely I don't want nobody to think that we here bashing on the HBCUs, but it's something that I've heard a lot from different people with different experiences there. And that's just something that I think just as a culture, not just a school, that we got to help change, man. It can't be, if you go to one of those schools that they're going to be unorganized or they're going to be this. Those are just not stories that we should allow to continue to happen. Like, we got to figure out ways that we can kind of curb some of that. And of course, the schools got to help themselves as well. But we got to do better, man. We got to do better.
Yeah, man. It's all about the journey, man. You got to go through that. You know where you came from.
Shoot, something like that, man.
I got a question. Did y'all actually go to the school that y'all wanted to go to? Because I'm be first. I didn't want to go to USM. I wanted to go to LSU. But I was told about out of state tuition, and so that's why I ended up at Southern Miss, because it was the closest to the coast to get out of Mississippi.
Nope, not at all.
I wanted to go to MSU until I visited there for during spring break, and I realized I don't want to be nowhere near Starkville. And I visited USM. I fell in love.
Especially at night.
You didn't like God's country?
Especially at night.
Like God's country. It didn't seem like they like me either. Because I felt like I was being stared at as I walked in to the local establishment.
You was in the wrong part.
I was at the wrong time of year. I was there during spring break. None of the kids were there. Nothing but the local.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah, you should have turned on later around.
Yeah, man. I definitely did not want to go to USM. Even though it was like the family school, like my mom and dad went there, aunts and uncles and cousins and stuff. But I went to a engineering camp at Clemson my junior year going into my senior year that summer, and I was sold on Clemson. And even being there, like, it basically is like you were a student. We had dorm rooms, we had a curfew, we had certain classes we had to go to, and basically I got to be a college student there for like 2 weeks, be professors and stuff like that. And they were like, yeah, you come, we'll do this and do that. And that tuition, we started talking about the numbers. I was like, my goodness, this is per semester. This ain't for the whole year. Yeah, that ain't gonna work. Ain't no way. I blow a little trumpet. Y'all don't care? Oh, okay.
I kind of had that
love, man.
I kind of had that experience at Mississippi State with 4-H, where we stayed in the dorm and we had to go and do different things. And I realized Mississippi State was not for me. Number one, it was too close to the house. But number two, Mississippi State campus is so broad. It's like so far apart. And I knew I was going to have to be walking. I was like, nah.
Oh, yeah.
I wanted to go to Michigan State. That's why I wanted to go.
Michigan.
I wanted to go to Michigan State. You got to remember, I have, some family that was from Flint and whatever. And they didn't go to Michigan. They were Michigan fans. But so I wanted to be a little different. I want to go to Michigan State. And then the same thing happened. I applied up there, wasn't no problem. But, they started sending them numbers down, like Eric said. And it was like, let's see what other opportunities we have. I will say, I didn't think about Southern Miss until after somebody in the band had said something about going to Southern Miss. And then I realized that my aunt went to Southern Miss. And I came down to Southern Miss to try out for the band. First thing I did. I tried out for the band, did a tour, and absolutely fell in love with it. Like, it was without a shadow of a doubt. As soon like we got back in the car, my mom was like, "What you think?" I'm like, "This is where I'm going." This is it. Absolutely love it. Even to this day, I think me and Eric talked about it a little bit a couple weeks ago. If I could have found a job or so basically what I wanted to do, I'd have stayed in Hattiesburg. I mean, I absolutely
Top.
love the city.
Yep.
Uh,
Yeah, I'd have done that too.
and
That's the biggest. That's the biggest problem Hattiesburg got. It's crazy. Hattiesburg is like one of the number one retirement cities. It's
I tried to do.
a great college town. But if if you don't have anything to do with academia or like medical profession,
medical.
yeah, Hattiesburg is a pit.
yeah,
I guess.
Yeah, the military brought me back here, and that was the only thing that got me back in here. I said, if I get a chance
Yeah,
to
I
get back to
remember that.
Hattiesburg, I'm staying.
Oh yeah.
The military brought me back, and I've been sticking with it ever since.
I mean,
Yeah,
man, if my company
Yeah,
was
I ain't planning on staying here.
man. Yeah, man.
you act like
Let me.
you can leave. Hey, go.
7 years, he got a church. He's building a church right now in his mind. He gonna break down 7 years from now.
See,
No.
I feel like I'm at that stage now where I know a lot of people who's not scared. If they want another job, they just go out there, step out, go get it. But I'm one of the people who like I'm just kind of stuck. I'm not stuck, but I'm scared to make that next move because I've been. I tell a lot of folks I said I had 3 jobs in my life, and they're like 3. How old are you? I said I'm 38 now. But I'm like, yeah. I said I worked at the gas station. I worked at Lowe's and I worked at Hattiesburg Public School. That's all I worked. So I don't make moves real quickly. Whereas and I know I need to. Like I know I'm at a point where right now I need to be thinking like what's my next move. But I'm just go ahead,
The
Taylor.
crazy thing about it, you can go anywhere and you can get a job doing whatever you want to make it, however much you want to make right now. You have so much experience in what you've been doing. You are so marketable right now, right or wrong. Anywhere right now, you can go and you can get. I mean, you can get paid just with your experience alone.
You ain't even gotta be that good at the job.
You really don't.
Oh,
Just
no,
with your
that's
resume
not
right
a
now,
requirement.
knowing that you was in one job that long.
Right.
So anywhere you want to go, put in an application, and they'll hire you right there on the spot, and you'll probably make 2 or 3 times the amount of money you're making right now. No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
And the thing is, Jonathan, and this is just us being brothers with you, man. You took that opportunity when you was 18. Like
Yeah.
you said, hey, I wanted to leave the house. I don't want to go to a school that's too close. So you chose to come to Hattiesburg to kind of get away and become yourself. So if you at that time, it's just time for you to do it again.
I made him come down there.
Well, I kind of think it was the other way around. I really think I talk you into coming down here, but you
was
go
always
ahead.
I was always going. I'm gonna break the Southern Miss was where I was going. That's where I was going. Everybody else on here, I'm gonna do Michigan. I'm gonna go to. I was going. No, but yeah, Southern Miss. Yeah, that was where I was going. I applied to Mississippi State and Ole Miss. My family wanted me to go to Mississippi State. Too close to home. I didn't want to go to Ole Miss, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to Hattiesburg, Mississippi. See how that go. So yes. That was the school I chose to go to, and I convinced Jonathan to come down there as well. Because it was only what? It was 4. It was you, me, John, and Coco.
Yeah.
Out of that class, yeah.
Out of that class.
I feel like this same way for us, Terrence. I mean, we had 400 plus in our class, and we still only had like 5 or 6 people come to sub. Everybody else went to Mississippi State, Jackson State, or Ole Miss. But by the time we became juniors, half the class was in Southern Miss.
Hey, man. That's how we had it and came on down.
It was a hidden gem back then.
Hidden gem.
Oh yeah. Hattiesburg still one of the top college towns, man.
Oh yes, sir. Yes.
Speaking of that, man, everybody that's watching, still, feel free to put in the comments kind of some of the things that you dreamed about or you thought was going to be a certain way, then reality hit you and it ended up being something totally different. I think with all of us, man, the way that we grown and just become who we are, I think in general, just a lot of stuff, we probably thought one thing and actually being something else. Everything from school to all the way down to marriage, man. It all, we came into this thing really not knowing what we were doing. and got slapped in the face and had to figure it out real quick.
Yeah.
Still getting slapped.
Oh yeah, the slapping ain't stop.
Slaps don't stop.
Not at all.
I'm doing good.
Yep.
Yeah, like Chris Rock quite often.
Oh,
And
yeah.
if JP was on here, he'll say, "Terrence, you walking right into the slap." Just,
You know what you're doing.
This is your when Karen said balling on the refund checks and then reality hit. Yeah, you don't realize you got to pay your money back.
Karen was out there playing MASH. I wanted to know what was her dream husband, so she was out there picking out her husband and wigs and stuff.
All dark and handsome.
I'm him, baby.
What
you talking about? Her dream
He's right there.
Exactly.
Look at that. Look, she had a wedding. She got a husband. We bought a car and a house. Like we did it all.
That paper said R.O.D. Right.
Exactly.
I'm gonna meet him one day.
We didn't even ride on how we build the house. I mean, literally everything she wants.
Yeah, I think it says something on there too about like you could pick what kind of sports teams they like. It said like Lakers fan, Vikings fan.
He fell in there.
But nah, I'm gonna put Karen out there a little bit. She probably gonna get me. So here come that slap for the day.
I'm married.
I remember Karen was telling me when she got out of school, she really thought she was gonna be a nun. She didn't think that she was going to school or was gonna get married or none of that. She thought she was going to be missionary and gonna be a nun. So
she gonna be like an old school nun or like sister act.
Karen just said her husband was dead.
I thought she gonna be with the Go Bird.
How was Karen gonna be a nun and married to Nelly?
Everybody needs a saving, brother. The gospel is not preaching.
Say nun 2.0. New age nun.
Kayla said she thought she would be living in Texas. Couldn't wait to get away from Mississippi. She met a man with the same dream, and we live in Hattiesburg.
That sounds about right.
Hey, Hattiesburg tempting, man.
Oh, he the kiss.
Yeah. See, Karen says 100. That's fact. She's gonna be. I don't know how she was gonna pull it off, but she was gonna be a nun. Her mom and dad heard that and sent her to school.
Parents bring you back to reality real quick.
Really?
Now wait a minute. I'm gonna have some grandkids.
If you listen to what a lot of us said, man, we're talking about being whatever. Like Eric had said, what his initial job was with IT, we realized that didn't make no money, so he changed to this. Willie, your daddy said, "How you gonna make money drawing?" It really can't. Parents was one on top of that. Parents were like, "Okay, I see what you want to do, but how you gonna make some money?"
Yeah, exactly.
Parents let you pick nothing if they think you make no money.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So it's late. We'll talk about that another time.
Go ahead.
I'm about to say that leading to.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, do you think that the whole follow your dream or follow your passion kind of guidance is relevant at this point in our lives? Because I know I was kind of hearing that when I was getting out of school, or we were getting out of school, high school. They were saying, "Yeah, make sure you find your passion and go to school for that," and kind of having the experience you have now. Just as adults, you still think that should be what your focus is, or you should base it more on reality?
I'll say this: my initial passion wasn't gonna make me no money. If I had just settled in as being a bus driver, that was not gonna make me no money. And I see what bus drivers make. That wasn't gonna make me no money. So I'm glad that God did direct my path in a different way, so I can still kind of do something that I wanted to do, combined to something that I needed to do in order to survive.
Yeah,
I think it's a little bit of both. I think you can still follow your dream, but you have to be realistic with your dream. You know, everybody has a dream. I know we say this thing, you can be whatever you want to be, and absolutely you can, especially as a child. You want to preach them that so they don't give up and stop. But at the same time, you got to have realistic dreams based on your ability. I was looking at a study before we came in. A lot of people initially, or as kids, they wanted to be veterinarians, teachers, policemen, actors, athletes, and they end up being more so like realty workers, or they end up being, well, some of them end up being policemen. People end up being um, what was one that was on that list? Oh, being cooks and stuff like that. And the thing was, they asked me, why did you switch your dream, or why did you change? And they literally said, I felt like I didn't have the skills or the ability to do that. And so I think one of those things, not that they didn't want to do it, they just realized, hey, I want to be an engineer, but I don't like math. So realistically,
yeah,
it just ain't a realistic goal. You can't say I want to do this, but don't like to do stuff that it come with. So I think as you get older, you realize, hey, I'm good at this or I'm not good at that, and you just make a realistic adjustment.
So do you think? Oh, go ahead, Willie.
Oh well, I was gonna say I agree with Rod. I mean, it's a little bit of both, and I mean it depends on what stage of life you are in. Like I got young nephews. They want to pursue music and things like that. I'm like, well, this is your time. If that's what you want to do, you don't have bills, you don't have a lot of things that's tying you down that you have to commit to. So try it. If that's your passion, that's your dream, try it. Now, as you get older, I mean, you really just can't go out on a limb and say, I'm gonna drop everything, I'm gonna do this. Not when you got responsibilities. Now, keeping dreams and passions, I think is good. Like I say, I still try to dib and dab with things on the side, because I think your dreams and your passions, they still keep you, true to yourself. You don't get so bogged up in the everyday life and the everyday, just the regular old. So for me, it depends on where you at in life and who you got depending upon you in life.
I disagree. I think if you still want to be a rapper at 38, you still can be a rapper. It's what's in your heart.
I know so many kids right now want to be rappers.
So
it's what's in your heart. Whatever you can dream about, whatever you go to sleep and you think about all the time, you should go for it and keep going for it. That's why we don't have so much greatness in this world, because we as people we stop folks. We stop the 28-year-old, the 38-year-old guys who still say they want to rap, but we don't encourage them to, hey, keep going forward.
Because we tired of them asking to borrow money. That's why.
You want to buy my $5 CD? Like, nah.
What I'm saying is totally different. I'm not saying that if you feel like you can do something that you shouldn't do it. If you feel like you can do it, then you should do it. But you can't not do the stuff that's required to have that skill and then say, I'm going to do that. You won't even do the stuff that's required to have. That's all I'm saying. If you want to be a rapper and you feel like you can rap, by all means, go rap. Do your thing. But if you say, I want to be a rapper, but I ain't gonna never write no songs, or I ain't gonna listen to nobody write songs or whatever, it's like, well, good luck.
Shoot from the dome.
Point of life is
the greatest 5 rappers alive. Because he spit hot fire. It wasn't that he worked hard or that he did all this other stuff. He spit hot fire. Because he spit hot fire, he considered himself as the greatest rapper.
He considered himself. That's the key point. He considered.
I love they made nobody top 5.
Nobody.
He ain't on nobody bottom 5.
He ain't on nobody list at all.
Kayla, yes. Tell Lamar that we need to set up a date. I need an update to see where you are. This young girl has an excellent mind, and she really does have the drive to be, the next tech mom. And because she has that drive and her mind is so excellent, I feel like she really does have the skill that she could do that. as long as she continues to do the things and move forward. So most definitely, Kayla, I'm so excited about that. I need to check back in and get an update. So tell her I'll be calling soon.
Oh yeah,
Hey,
man.
one thing I will say, there was never a dream of mine that I said I would never ever work at a funeral home. Never. I never wanted to work at a funeral home. I didn't even like going to funerals. I didn't like going to hospitals. I didn't like to show 911. I ain't like none of that. And now I find myself at the funeral home at nighttime by myself.
Trying to take us up there.
Won't he do it?
I needed to get something from that Taylor.
I ain't going to that. I'm gonna wait at the half. Hey, no, man. But I do think
something y'all said y'all never was gonna do that y'all do now.
Teach. I said I'll never be in the classroom. I said I'll never. So I'll die before I do it.
That's
but
a good question.
Not really.
I never thought that I would be a janitor. I was a janitor for a little while in at Southern Miss. I never thought I would do that.
I remember, man. I was trying to get on, man.
You sure? Right, and get us in no buildings, nothing, man.
No,
man. Yeah, nothing. Man, what you doing?
I'm telling you, man. He was hogging all that janitor job to himself.
They bring out one case of.
We ain't get no supply.
I like,
I knew I was gonna be full of Pepsi.
I did bring them Lipton teas and them orange soda.
No,
stuff ain't nobody want.
Terrible.
He
want the good stuff.
Exactly.
No, man. But yeah, man, Kayla, man, that's awesome, man. She made a 22, man. That's outstanding.
Oh yeah.
She Kayla, she never thought she'd have 3 kids. I feel you know, I'm always surprised the Lord allowed me to have a child. Like, you sure you want me to do this?
Now, I can tell you something I never thought I would be doing. Staying in the Jackson area. I promise you, like growing up, I didn't want to come to Jackson. I didn't want to do with Jackson. Hattiesburg, I knew nothing about Jackson. I came down and spent the weekend with riding there. I had no aspirations to come to Jackson. And now I reside. I don't reside in Jackson. I reside in close proximity. Per se, not really.
you only from Jackson because don't nobody know the cities around Jackson. So that's the only reason.
I got you.
The people who know Jackson know that Clinton is just like that. It's an annex of Jackson.
I have heard.
Yeah, man. Any final thoughts before we get out of here, man? You know, we made our time. Final thoughts.
Hey, man, follow your dreams. Like I said, if you want to rap at 48, you want to go back to college, you want to do things, follow, keep those small passions and dreams alive within yourself. You need that in today's age.
Oh yeah, I say the skills plus passion will take you far.
Skills plus passion.
Gotta add the skills to the passion, though, man.
Skills plus passion will take you far, and dreams can be the drive. Those are 2 quotes for the day. I will say this. Anybody got anything else before I say this? I will say this. Through all these things and going through our dreams and reality. Still appreciate the time that you have, appreciate the people that you know, appreciate your friends and your loved ones, man. Just had a little reality check as early as last night. We had a good friend of mine pass away. She really taught me a lot at Southern Miss. A lot of y'all guys may know her, and Miss Ember. She passed last night, and she was really close to us. And my journey being a Sigma and just helping me become a leader, as I became president of the chapter down there, man, she was always very supportive. and always she thought highly of me, and I appreciate that. So with her passing, it made me realize to be grateful for the time that we have and the loved ones that we have, the experience that we gather, and because tomorrow's not promised, so we want to make sure that we live it to our fullest. We follow that passion, remember our dreams, and continue to grow as people. With that, I'd like to tell everybody, thank y'all for joining us. We appreciate y'all time. Like always, you ain't got to go home. You got to get up out of here. Deuces.
Tell people all the time, your doctor is trying to put you on something or suggest something to you. They should tell you what they're suggesting, why they're suggesting it, what this should do, and what happens is, what to look out for if things go bad. So that's kind of the long-winded answer to your question.
And that's where you come in, wives, to affirm us emotionally that we are enough, and you want just us. So if you were just in that thing 30 seconds, she's good. She still loves you. Because in my mind, I'm thinking like, hey, tomorrow I got to come back. Get this